Hello YouTube fans, here again, and I think there's Halloween's on its way, why not this one? The Tacit, the original, I reviewed it a few times, that being John Carpenter's Halloween. That's right, Halloween. From 1978, this John Carpenter, as we all know, gave us a masterpiece, that's being Halloween. Now, in many ways, he was inspired by another film, which is a film I reviewed, that being Black Christmas, and John Carpenter thought, why not, why not? Now, before the success of Alien, 1 year after this, he did a film that was very similar to Alien, called Dark Sky. Never seen Dark Sky? You can definitely see how Alien was influenced from it. And not only did he do Dark Sky, he did Precinct 13, what was a very successful film. John Carpenter at the time, still a long director, he wanted to do sort of like a Black Christmas sort of horror film, but with a different title. And the rest is history. So, at the time, the Michael Mathis mast, as we all know, was attached into his turret mast, Elam Saitner. Beat it right and called it a day. And you got the beautiful opening. I loved the opening to Halloween. I love that theme all done on piano. I do admit I prefer the theme tune to the second one a lot more, but nevertheless, I still like the theme tune to this. And I love the opening with the pumpkin, and what a cast of actors. Jamie Lee Curtis makes her first appearance at the time, the mum, as we all know, made her success. She's been in films for this, like Vikings and so on. But the success we all know would have been Psycho, the famous sour scene. And Jamie Lee Curtis wanted to follow up in her mummy's footsteps, far from, as we all know, being Tony Curtis, and so on. She wanted to follow up as an actress as well, and what a big break for her. Halloween was a big success. John Carpenter also wanted to have a well-known actor play the role as Dr. Loomis, and what another good actor, you know what I mean? So you had all these damn good actors in place. You had Donald Pleasence as Dr. Loomis. Straight away with an actor like that, you can't go on with a film like this. So basically you got the gist of the story. It's just, it's Halloween night. It's based on 1963 at first. And this dude is naked, don't get excited about. A lad comes in, you don't see it, you see the PV sort of a mask, which that's why I say it's similar to Black Christmas. If ever another film called Black Christmas, come out in 74. Well known for the PV sort, the see-through, the tan the man. It's the killer for a few seconds. And that's what it is. So you don't see it, you just got the idea it's a kid's hand, puts a mask on, cheapy music, don't see that much blood, but you got the after shots that she's dead, the mask gets taken off, you hear lad dies out Michael, got the idea it could be the dad, and you just see a lad there with a knife in his hand, a little bit of blood, and you got that cheapy music. Now I do know that in 81 they did what they call a televised version, where some of the violence was trimmed down. But they did actually have some extra scenes in that, because after that scene, they do then base it on 1964. Dr. Loomis comes into it. It's the first time Donald Pleasence comes in as Dr. Loomis. And he's in this meeting with these board of directors in the medical science. And they have now been letting Michael out. They just think he's ill. He's got some sort of illness. That's why he's not talking. He's a mute and he's a kid. But Dr. Loomis starts to talk him out of it. He knows that this kid, there's nothing wrong with him. He's just evil. As he says in the film, evil. Just poor evil. So that's sort of sad really that's not in the theatrical one, because I sort of like that little touch. You can only ever find it in the televised version of Halloween. But I'd just say we didn't have that scene in it, because I love to see where he walks in. You got Michael Mathis sat there and he says, "You fooled him, didn't you? You fooled him, but you don't fool me." And I love that little touch. But it's not in the theatrical one. I just thought I'd mention it. There's a few extra scenes in it, you know what I mean, what was not in the theatrical when they made a TV version. Like I will say about in Halloween 2 come out, they did the same with that. Where some of the fires was trimmed down, but there was a lot more things going on what was not in the theatrical. But anyway, you got it. He's diving along. He's advising this nurse, because I felt that scene would have made sense in the scene where it's raining and he's talking to his nurse that he wants him to be put away. He knows that he's evil. But as we know, he breaks out. gets away, gets out of dodge Michael Mathers. And one thing I love about Halloween is you don't see the preferment of the mask. You don't see it to the middle nearly at the end of the film. And it's a warm build-up, and it's one of these, I mean, this was like the first, you could say the first slasher film, but not. Think about it, you had Baptismus. Same name when Baptismus come out in 1974. You had the Possessor of Texas Chainsaw Massacre. You know what I mean? With Leatherface, big chainsaw. But the thing I do like about this is, there's not a lot of blood in it. I think the second one, and the rest of the Halloween films after, blood does snort a lot. And I try to dilute it for that, because I don't think with this one it's more psychological, it's scary, it's not knowing what this guy's going to do, the Michael Mathers character. So I didn't think it needed that much blood, it didn't need that much gore in Halloween, it just needed a very well known story. So you've got Miss Killy, Laurie Strode, played by Jamie Lee Curtis. I do love one of her mates where she always says "Tokily, Tokily" all the way through the film, which she's got to possess doing this, because at the same time, 2 days before she did Halloween, she had the success of appearing in Carrie. She played one of the bullies in Carrie who was picking on the girl called Carrie. In the film Carrie, she played one of the bullies. So I kind of like that. You got one doing it, and always one of her mates who was into a lot of John Carpenter films. She was in Precinct 13. She sort of makes a small disappearance in Halloween 2 as a dead body, and she was in Halloween 3 as a different character at all. So she's been out a lot of John Carpenter's films. How could I forget it? She was also in The Fog. But yeah, so you've got a good cast of people like that, and they all get killed one by one. The girl says totally gets a bit of good death. She gets a telephone wire. There's the days we had phone wires, old telephones. This is wrapped round her neck. And mate, Whoopi's death. He's down to choke her out. He slits her throat. There's a bit where his wrist blood will just stir out a bit. But I do like the idea, because I mean, had it been a later Halloween, there would have been a lot more juice from that death, I felt. But I just like the fact that it's the first time you get to see him with a mask on. I do admit the mask looks a bit shitty. You know what I mean? It's supposed to be a Captain T Turk mask. I'm saying no, it's Captain Turk. But I kind of like the fact it looks shitty. It's just a bit more of the time. I know they look at the mask in every one of the Halloween films. So he's chasing Jamie Lee Curtis. She's stupid enough to go to the house. He finds bodies everywhere. You got Michael Mathers trying to get her. And I just love the bit that Dr. Loomis finds him. You do get the fulfillment when she takes the mask off. If you keep your eyes open, you do see a little bit of the actor. He was the first actor to appear as Michael Mathers. Dr. Loomis comes in, shoots him, I think, about 3 times. You think he's a goner. You find his body's nowhere around. You got heavy breathing. End of movie. And yes, we know Halloween became a big success in 1978. Launched a sequel in 81 when slasher films were really at their aim. And made a lot more other sequels. Made it an honourable remake. I know some people like the remake by Rob Zombie. Sour to disappoint people. I don't. But nevertheless, that's Halloween from 1978. Made John Carpenter a big success. You know what I mean? Did a lot of other big films after that. That's Halloween. But until then, I go take a tea. See you later. And I'll see you later. Some more movies and more movie reviews.